Thank you, Freekbass, Big Bamn, Kelly Richey.
Oh, yeah. It's the Kelly Richey Band with us live in Studio 89 on WNKU. And since y'all just took those solos, Freekbass, I'll ask you, I mean, your playing just is very funky to me.
From growing up in Cincinnati.
Yeah? Do you come to the blues first, or do you come to it through
Yeah, I
other
actually
things?
did. It's funny because when I started playing with Kelly, like so many people were like, Freekbass playing with Kelly. Like, what was one of the quotes? It's like Buckethead playing with Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
And I always said, well, that means I'm Bonnie Raitt, right? So, but you know, yeah, when I first started as a kid, one of the first bands I played in, we did like B.B. King and Ry Cooder and Bobby Blue Bland, and it was that kind of led me to the funk. Actually, the blues led me to the funk. So getting with Kelly is almost kind of like a full circle thing. Yeah,
But you
for
get to kind of.
And I'm trying to pull her into my funk too,
Yeah,
over here
man.
a little bit too.
So I was going to ask, like, is that coming into to Kelly's music here now? I mean, obviously you're bringing it, you
Right
know,
on.
to the live sets for sure.
Well, it's the real nice thing about this trio right here is it's very organic in the sense that the reason I'm playing with Kelly right now is a lot to do with Bam back there on the drums. One of my old guitar players, Sean McGarry, told me a while back that Kelly was looking for somebody for a new album to kind of stretch out a little bit. Kind of forgot about it. Then Bam and I were playing a gig together, and Bam's like, "Man, you should give Kelly a call." And I was like, "All right, I'm going to give her." And I shot her an email, and that's kind of how we all hooked up.
Yeah.
Worked out. Yep. Worked out good.
Yeah, when I got an email from Freak saying, "Hey, you know, I heard you're looking to do something different. Should we talk?" I'm like, "Wow."
I said, "I'm different."
You're different.
A little bit, a little bit.
You're Freak.
So has he pushed you in new directions, Kelly?
You know, yes. It's opened up the door for me to move further. And playing with Freak and Bam is just really, it's like being in heaven. I mean, there's such a phenomenal rhythm section. If there's anything that I do, like there was one song already tonight, there's something that I did that was a little different, and they were just right there. I don't have to worry about them.
Well, you play more percussive too, so
I
like
do.
mimicking rhythms.
Yeah,
like I mimic a lot of your just like
Yeah.
you probably mimic this, I you know mimic that.
Yeah, when we first talked about getting together, it's like this is either going to really work or it's not. You know, and when he just went into the solo, when I look up on stage and see him coming at me, it's like, whoa, I got to plant myself like a football
Or
player.
get out of the way.
It's
Yeah.
like, wow, get out of the way,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, it's working for sure. And I mean, you've got a pretty cool resume. You've shared the stage, played with Lonnie Mack and Albert King, and opened for all the greats, the Winters, both of them, and R.E.O. Speedwagon, George Thorogood, the late great Warren Zevon, just many, many more, James Brown. And I don't know if you want to share a memory about Lonnie Mack or Albert King that
You know, Lonnie
stands
Mack
out.
is a dear friend of mine, and he's the one about when I put up my first record in '94, which that was the title track, Sister's Got a Problem. He's the one that said to me, "You've really got to focus on your vocals. You got to learn how to sing, girl."
Lonnie Mack said
yeah,
this.
and I really, really worked hard, and he told me who to listen to. He was always really hard on me, and I appreciate the people that took the time to not just say, "Oh, you know, yeah, whatever." You know, he really was hard on me, and in '88, I was in Nashville, and I was working at a club down there. It was in between when I was touring with Stealing Horses, and Albert King played a gig, and I was just young and dumb enough to ask him if I could sit in, and he said yes. And I didn't really know, I didn't realize that the music that I listened to came from the blues. As crazy as that may sound, I just didn't really think about it. I knew that Led Zeppelin was bluesy, but I didn't know. And Albert King left me on stage. He sent me up to kick the show off. He left me on stage all night, or he kept me on stage all night, and he left me on stage when he got off. And that was a learning experience. He told me before I went out on stage, he goes, "You know, that guitar is like a gun. If you pull it out, you better mean to use it." And before I went to get out on stage, they came out to get him, and I was all excited, and he stood up. And my dad's a large man, and Albert King was much larger than my father. He had to be at least 6'4", 6'5". He looked down at me. He said, "Don't you make me ashamed." And
No pressure.
yeah, you know, that's my knee shook like when I was in 5th grade singing my first talent show, at church. It was like, oh, I was scared to death. But, people like that, It's those lessons in life. You know, Freak is a protege of Bootsy Collins. Big Bam, he toured with Bootsy for the last year before joining us. You know, these are our idols and our heroes that, you know, we have the opportunity to have worked with and been blessed to be in their presence. And now for the three of us to come together with our unique styles, I'm so excited, you know, for what this is turning into. It's becoming where the sum is greater than the parts, and I'm very sincerely, you know, grateful to be working with these guys.
Awesome. I can hear the excitement in your voice for sure. That's great. It's awesome. So nice to have you guys here. So let's keep it going. A couple more tunes from Kelly Richey Band in Studio 89 on WNKU.